How does Terraria balance its classes? Well, we're going to find out. Let's get into it. A quick notice before the video starts, only 1.3 of you guys are actually subscribed to my channel. It would be very much appreciated if you guys hit the subscribe button down below. Anyways, enjoy the video. Hey everybody, welcome back to another I.C.G video today, and today I wanted to talk about how does Terraria balance its own classes. It's a big topic I wanted to talk about, so how does Terraria balance its own classes? Well, first, let's talk about the classes in the game. First, we're going to start out with Melee. Melee is one of the most popular classes in the game of Terraria because it's kind of the easiest one. Really, yes and no. It's the simplest one. When people load into a world, people are like, oh, swords. I want to have swords, which, I mean, I kind of did too, because swords are cool, and they look cool. Like, they made the swords in the game look amazing, and it's just an overall fantastic class. High damaging weapons, high damaging armor. At one cost is the boss is going to target you mainly, and you have to get into the boss. You have to get into that close combat with the boss, since you have a sword most of the time. So, Melee is balanced by, you have all these good stuff, but what the cost is you actually have to fight the boss and get super close to it. So you get all this DPS, but in return you will take damage and do have to play pretty smartly. The second class is Ranged. Range is also one of my favorite classes in the game. This is because you don't have as much HP in armor as Melee, but you could play back a little bit. You don't have as much, but you could still play back and do high DPS. So this is balanced by, you could do all this cool stuff, do pretty high DPS while playing back. It's overall a fantastic class, and one of my favorites in general because it's very good and doesn't even have too much drawbacks. The only drawbacks I would say is maybe some getting the weapons later in the game and bullets. Bullets also a huge drawback because you do need ammo to actually fire your gun or bow. So that is one of the only drawbacks, but with Melee, there's none of that. There's no bullets or anything. But with range, the drawback is the ammo. And the third class is Mage. Mage is kind of the same thing as Ranged, but it's different. You don't need ammo. You need, mana. You need mana power. You need the magic to actually cast the weapon. You need this instead of ammo. And it does higher DPS most of the time. Some weapons do more DPS, but you do have less health. So having less health also comes with a drawback. Less health than a ranged, but most of the time more damage, and all you need is mana, and mana is easier to get than all the ammo you always need to replenish on. So that's what makes Mage really good. Also has one of the best weapons in the game at the very end of the game, and it's just an overall good class. All these classes are good classes. Mage as well. It's also, all these classes are fun to play, and I like Mage as well. One of my favorites as well. All of them are kind of my favorites actually. But you play back, your playstyle set back, usually magic, always magic, but usually far away. Sometimes you get close, sometimes you don't. And for the final class, I would say it's the least popular class in Terraria, is the Summoner class. Personally, this is the only class that, not really in my vibe, but I know some people who love this class because it's where you summon, you have the least amount of HP, least amount of armor, but you summon, enemies, not really enemies, but allies to do damage for you. So you get you maybe get a sub-weapon, like maybe a whip or an arrow, a bow and arrow, or something like that for your weapon. Because, whips are designed for the Summoner class. And you have that while your minions do the damage for you. It's a different type of playstyle. I don't really do it because I like to get into combat. I like to engage the combat. But this class is really good. If you're playing with friends, people charging in, other people staying back, letting their minions do it. By yourself, it's one of the harder classes to get through the game, I would say, but it's still not a bad class. Not every class in this game, not a single class in this game is bad at all. All of them have their own specialties and all good. So, every class in Terraria is a very good class, and not a single one is bad. So, I talked about how all of them are in different playstyles, and that's kind of how they are balanced, actually. just by their playstyles. One is fully charge in. The other two are kind of stay back, but different, like, items to use. One's magic, one's actual bullets, and the other one is let their minions do for it. So all these different playstyles, and that's why they're all balanced in their own way. The class I like the most, and which one's the best class in my opinion, well, I'll have to say ranged, because you don't have to get too far in, but you keep dealing that high DPS with very, very pretty good armor, actually. Not as much as melee, but still good armor, and I think that's the best class in my opinion, but that's also kind of my playstyle. Sometimes I want to go in and play a melee build, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stay back and play a mage or a ranged build, because I enjoy range. I think it's the best class in my opinion, but other people say melee, other people say mage. But Summoner, it's a great class, but I'm not sure if it is on the level of all the other ones. That's why I think Summoner is good, for that multiplayer experience. It's not bad for single player, but it's probably better for multiplayer. But like I said, I think the range class is the best class, and it's my favorite as well. That's going to be about it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and it would be very much appreciated if you guys subscribed, and thank you for the recent support in my past videos. It really means a lot to me. And what do you guys think? Do you think, Summoner is the worst class, or any other class is the worst class? Or what is your favorite class in Terraria? What do you like to play the most? Well, that's going to be about it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.